Hi, David here to give you one rider's real-life evaluation of the Garmin Varia radar tail light. I went out on Thanksgiving morning to put it through its paces. Here's the unit itself. You turn it on by pressing on the button on the top and holding it. All the lights light up. Shows you the battery level here, about half strength, 5 out of 9 bars. And then it flashes like this. Not shown in the video, but when a car approaches, all the LEDs will light up to draw the driver's attention to the rider. So I used 2 cameras for the evaluation, one in front to look at the Garmin 1000 head unit, and then another in the back to serve as truth for what is behind me compared to what the Varia has to say. So the ride is underway, pushing the start button on my computer. It was Thanksgiving morning, so the traffic was light, even lighter than usual. So we will push the computer image over to the side so you can see what the back camera is seeing. And on the computer image, you'll see that a white dot appears. And I don't know if this is a rider coming up or there is a car in the background. Hard to see, but it's there. Regardless, it disappears from the image. And this is a common phenomenon with the unit, that riders or cars that are going the same speed as you, as the Varia, will disappear from the unit. So if the differential in speed between you and the car is minimal, it won't show up on the radar. In this example, we see a car in the distance, but it's not showing up on the computer. Now, this is not of any great importance because it's not a threat to the rider, at least not at this point. Very cooperative, considerate drivers north of Philadelphia. It becomes less true the further south you get. So here the car is speeding up to pass and becomes clear on the Garmin head unit. So here we have a more typical example of a car approaching. It becomes evident on the unit. It passes and the unit goes to green, meaning you're clear from behind. Okay, some of my ride mates pulling out in front of a car. The car is detected by the Varia and disappears when I go around the corner. As the rider approaches on the right, he becomes evident on the display. Here, a car in the distance is moving at approximately the same speed as the riders, so it is not showing up on the radar. A rider coming up on the right is detected. Matches the speed and the display clears. So the car is matching our speed and not apparent on the head unit. Sure that dot is for a rider or for the car that accelerated a bit, but regardless it disappears. That's probably the car there. And we make a left turn without seeing the car behind us in this example. We had a mechanical, a flat, and we were waiting for that repair. A rider is coming up behind on this road, riding slowly, but is detected by the Varia. And a second rider as well. We regrouped at this stop sign after the flat was fixed, and we're waiting to get started. And you can see that there are a number of vehicles showing up on the Garmin. The Garmin will show up to 8 vehicles at a time, so it's showing a number of cars and this cyclist as well. And we're off. So a car in the distance. Now, I don't know what that first dot is. There seemed to be nothing visible. But then the car coming up. The unit will detect vehicles 140 meters behind the bicycle. Now, something that didn't work very well for me with the Garmin is that it beeps when a vehicle comes onto the radar, but at 20 miles an hour with neoprene ear covers, I never heard it. So a car turning in behind the riders and passing showed up late on the radar. Typically, I would hear the car, look down at the Garmin head unit, and see that there was a car on the radar. Not very helpful. Another car behind, but not showing up on the radar because it's matching our speed. Again, these are less of a threat than a car that's barreling down on you and would show up very clearly and quickly on the radar. 2 or 3 cars behind, 4 cars. None showing up on the radar. And they appear as they pass. I do not know to what extent having riders between me and the cars affected the function of the unit. With cyclists behind you, I suppose it's like the old joke that you don't need to outrun the bear, just the person you're with. So a car made the corner and is following us, but not on the radar. It's a beautiful day for a ride, about 40 degrees. We did 42 miles. Enough to work up an appetite for Thanksgiving dinner. So the car is still back there. No image on the head unit. And the car turns off. Once again, a car not seen on the display until it accelerates to pass us. Crossing an intersection, and a car made a left turn to follow us. And shows up on the radar as it passes. Well, I have no regrets from purchasing this unit. I can't recommend it. It doesn't do anything more than a mirror on your glasses or your helmet, in fact, it doesn't give you as much information. I use a mirror, and I purchased the Varia because I have some arthritis in my neck. It's difficult to turn around sometimes to take a good look. So an interesting device. I'll keep using it. I'm not sure how beneficial it is. You still have to be careful, obviously. Beautiful scenery when I wasn't looking at the head unit or looking at my cycling mirror. Intended use shown here, car coming by. So car in the distance. I'm not sure what the white dot is. The white dot is closer than the car. And now it goes to green. The car is going slow behind the rider. And a car in the distance, 140 meters. Lost it briefly, perhaps because of the rider behind me. Okay, there's a car behind us according to the radar before making a left turn. I found the device to be most useful in that setting, thinking about moving out into traffic to make a left turn. I would check the unit, check my mirror, take a look before making the decision to pull out. All right, and back home afterwards, just to show you that when you turn off your Garmin, the Varia turns off automatically, so you don't have to remember to turn that off. Well, thank you for listening. I'll continue to use this unit. I need a tail light regardless. I do like the feature that it will change its blinking pattern as a car approaches. Bye for now.